as much as we want to help, how do we sustain that process of actually helping? And so it wasn't enough to just go back to the field and start working, because when we started Smart Sisters Foundation, it wasn't, I didn't go to school for it or anything of that sort. There weren't, I wasn't given a manual of the right things to do. I was just passionate. But passion is not enough. You've got to be strategic on what you do and how you do it. You've got to be a bit more, you've got to have a vision of where you're going to, what the bigger picture is, how you want to implement it, your long and short-term plan. And so having been part of the Mandela Washington, that gave me a moment to reflect. First, it was my reflection point. Yes, we've done pretty much a lot, but how can we now progressively, positively make more impact? And so we started thinking sustainability. We went back to the drawing board. What were the choice of terms that we had used that didn't fully envision us where we needed to be? We needed to draw back on our profile. A lot of things had to be, you know, our T's and things, you know, crossed it out, you know, crossed out a lot of things, and then created a more dedicated path.
Some of her beneficiaries pay a visit.
Yes.
How's it been so far? I mean, with the transition?
Yeah, the result is ready. Then the result was not ready, so I had to go back for some clearance and everything. So my result is ready. I came out with upper credit.
Yay!
Deborah Opeyemi shares further.
I met Smart Sisters, I think back then, that was 2013. I was still in secondary school. They came to my school and helped out with some payments that I couldn't pay. And also, they did not stop there. They also helped sponsoring my ND program by paying parts of my project fee and most fees that I couldn't pay also. They've made me to be a strong woman. They've made me to be the person that I am today by encouraging me, by giving me some advices that really helped my life today.
But, I mean, which class they know?
Beneficiary and widow Elizabeth Sule describes how Stephanie's intervention changed her life and offered hope for tomorrow.
I met them in 2014 when I lost my husband. It's like I lost hope. My life was so battered, shattered. But when I met them, God used them to regard me again. So I was so happy. Smart Sister Foundation is a very nice place. It's a foundation that there is hand of God upon it. They helped me to train one of my child. They picked one of my child to help me to sponsor him to school. And since then, they have been doing well, paying school fees, cater for them. Even though when he was too strong, they will take him to the hospital and take care of my son.
Back. We were so inspired.
Now at home, Stephanie divides her attention between brainstorming new ideas and recharging for the day to come. For this creative young woman, television is a permitted distraction.
I love to multitask. I love to do a lot of things. I mean, I've pretty much taught myself a lot of things. I can handle the camera, I can do video editing, I can art, what else can I do? Pretty much a lot of things, you know, and over time I've actually developed myself on a lot of things, and I can do everything and do it effectively, you know. So multitasking, that's me. My energy level is top drive. I like to confidently say I can go 72 hours and not sleep. That's how crazy my energy level can be. In lots of ways, that helps me even as a leader, you know, especially with everything I do. It just keeps me going, you know. And I like to think that as a young person, this is the best time where you can actually do a lot more and keep impact than when you are way older and your energy level isn't as much as this. I don't think I've achieved as much as I want to. You know, I'm the worst critic of myself. So I never get to the point where I am bloated in my head. I like to think that there's so much to be achieved. So I say to myself, I haven't done a lot. First for me would be the foundation, because that I am extremely passionate about. I want to see a team of people who are dedicated about it as much as I am. I want us to do a lot more. I mean, we've impacted over 500 widows and over 700 young girls. I want us to be able to do a lot more. So in 10 years, I want us to be able to build learning centers in communities across the board. I want us to be able to have young Smart Sisters girls group in lots of places. I want a lot of widows to stand firm, knowing that they got some bit of financial assistance to build empires of their businesses. And this is in regards to Smart Sisters Foundation. And even my team members, I want them to feel like they have a hold, you know, in what we do. I want us to grow to the point where we can actually pay our own bills, you know, and then we can rely on ourselves to be able to do a lot more. That even when I'm not here or my team members are not around, the sustainability is unquestionable, it's unmovable. Personally for me, in my life, I am passionate about the media. You know, I want to be able to have a renowned TV show, something that impacts people, but with a more fun aspect to it.
In the process of blossoming as a leader, Stephanie went on a journey of self-discovery, strengthening weaknesses and taking on challenges.
I don't suffer fools. I am very impatient. When I'm motivated on achieving something, I can't seem to, I never seem to understand why people just couldn't be on the same drive length, like, let's get it done, let's drive. And so I easily get frustrated because I wasn't patient enough to understand where they were coming from. But over time, I have understood that every human being has got their strengths and their weaknesses. And so in order for you not to get frustrated with efforts, because at the end of the day, everybody's bringing some level of efforts to the table. So how do you manage this? So what I've been able to do is I have identified people's strengths with their abilities, you know, what they can bring on the table, and not expect a lot more after that. Like, I kind of just work with what you can deliver and I don't push it. And then I find somebody else who can deliver on that particular drive, and then we manage effectively. I mean, it's a bit of teamwork too. And, you know, teamwork ensures that it's not just one person in play, it's everybody in play. So in being able to do that, you must ensure that you are patient all the way. So every day as a leader, it's having to work on my patience level, you know, which is hard, you know, which is really hard sometimes, because you want everybody to go. And yes, I'm like, we'll go when we want to go, you know, but I'm learning that, you know, and having to learn that means also that it also helps me, you know, put myself in check. So I also know when not to be impatient with people, and I know that as a leader, there's certain expectations, you know. So for me, that's one of it.
With eyes focused on future generations, Stephanie shares her belief that vision, will, and action make the difference.
Never at any point in time of those downtimes must you ever give up on yourself or give up on what your dreams and your passion are. Those dreams and your passion, it's yours. You got to own it at every point in time. It's okay to feel bad. You're human. You're bound to feel. I mean, there's blood in your veins. So there are times when you want to cry. Yes, do cry. It's okay. But clean your tears and get up. You know, get up and do what you need to do to stand out as a young, positive youth who is impactful. And do me a favor, young people. Do not say that our leaders are who they are and then you automatically want to become our leaders in politics. I mean, I'm not a very political person. I'm not politically inclined. I really am not. I'm not very passionate about politics. But I do not delude myself to think that just because politics is the way it is in the country. I've always said, if our leaders have got the right vision, we will get it right. If they understand that there's a place to be, it's about impact. And let me make a reference to America. As much as they say do not compare America to what it is, because they are way gone from where we are. But a lot of the fathers, you know, who built America to what it is today, were people who got to the point after the fights and the wars and all, were people who got to the point where they wanted to make it right, not for themselves, but for their children's children, who wanted to build sustainable structures and things, policies that would continuously work. And so even in its own imperfection, it still got certain bits of solids. And that's how we should think. We should envision ourselves like that. We should envision us. We shouldn't think that just because some leaders do not understand or are not getting it right, we automatically should be like that. But yet we can show them that yes, we must have vision and we must see a greater, brighter tomorrow.
In voluntary service, the essence of humanity is revealed. To work and contribute to the growth of other people in the absence of material gain is to access that deep core which finds satisfaction only in the service of others. Stephanie reminds us that it is in true dedicated service that we find much of ourselves, giving what only we can uniquely give to make the continent a better place, one life and one community at a time. I am Ajuri Ngelale. Until next time, lead where you are, and followers will find you.